So guys, if you're a serious chess player, you want to get better, you want to improve your game. But to increase your rating, you need to know how to analyze your games. Now, when we talk about analysis, I know many of you don't like it because it can be very time consuming. You feel it's boring and that just kills the fun. I understand all your problems. So in today's video, I'll give you a simple step-by-step process to quickly analyze your games in less than 10 minutes. You'll learn from your mistakes and eventually that will help you become a better chess player. Now, if you're a beginner or an intermediate level player, this type of quick analysis is actually great to reach the 2000 rating level. So let's get started. Step number 1, quality over quantity. First, you've obviously got to play some games. Now you can play against the computer, you can play online or over the board. But the important thing is to play longer games. Bullet chess does not help much, especially when you're starting off. Slower time controls of 10 minutes and above allow you the time to think, therefore they are great for playing and learning. So focus on quality over quantity. Step number 2, organize your games. Now you might be playing online on chess.com or Lichess, or just casually playing with your friends, or even sometimes participating in serious tournaments over the board. Your games are everywhere. Now it is important to get this all together, create a database of your own games so that you can review them later and keep a track of your progress. Well, you can do that manually and load every move online, but that can take time. So a great solution for this problem is this Chessnut Evo. You can save all your games on this. It is a physical chessboard which has a tablet integrated into it. It has chess.com, Lichess, ChessKid, and all these engines. It has some really useful features for all you chess lovers. I'll give you a complete demo of this, so keep watching this video till the end. Anyway, the point is that before getting into any type of analysis, you need to organize all your games. Create a library so that you can go back to your games whenever you want. Step number 3, identify key moments. Now that you have documented all your games, let's learn how to analyze them one by one. So let's say you've just played a game, you won or lost, whatever the result doesn't matter. The game is fresh in your head. What I want you to do now is a quick self-analysis where you identify the key moments of the game. Now these key moments could be something where you were slightly unsure about your move, or something where you took a lot of time calculating different variations, or sometimes you realize that you made a mistake after looking at your opponent's response. So these are the kinds of moments I want you to look for. Don't spend too much time on this, just identify 3-4 instances which you feel are important. No need to use any engines, maybe you can just quickly run through all the moves on the board and mark the important ones. If possible, I would suggest you do this immediately after finishing your game because that's when the ideas are fresh in your mind and you can remember things better. By the way, before you forget, do this one more thing immediately. If you like my content, do show your support and hit that like button below this video right now. Step number 4, engine analysis. Now after your analysis, the next step is to go through an engine. You can go to chess.com or Lichess and just run their analysis. In chess.com, you can load your game's PGN file and then simply click on game review. This gives you a move-by-move breakdown of how you played. If you're on Lichess, just scroll down and request a computer analysis. This evaluates all your moves and presents you a quick snapshot of how you played. For the moment, I would suggest you look at only the mistakes and blunders. Just ignore the inaccuracies because our main goal from this type of analysis is to quickly maximize the benefit in terms of improvement. So based on this, you will get a few more key moments where you messed up, and that's where you need to learn from. I'll leave all these important links in the pinned comment, so do check it out. Step number 5, understand the patterns. So now that you have identified some key moments as per your analysis, and you can also see the mistakes as per the computer's analysis, the next step is to look at all these 4-5 moves one by one and identify where you went wrong. For future reference, I would suggest you put in your comments in the PGN itself and try to mention what you were thinking during the game. Now after a few games, you'll start to see some patterns. You'll realize that there are some common types of mistakes you're making. For example, you might find that you are missing out on double attacks to punish your opponent, or you might be leaving your pieces undefended, or you might not be paying attention to the creation of passed pawns in the endgame. So accordingly, you need to categorize the types of mistakes you're making. It would be great if you could write it down, maybe create a simple Excel file like this, and if you see, I've also mentioned the stage of the game, like the opening, middle game, or the end game. This will further tell you if there is any specific phase of the game that you're struggling with. That way you will be mindful of your improvement areas and consciously work towards it. Step number 6, practice smartly. So once you have all this data available, you should practice smartly in order to learn and improve. For example, if you find that you're struggling in a particular opening, You can go for a different one or relook at your opening ideas by referring to famous grandmaster games to study your favorite opening. For middle game tactics and strategy, you can solve specific puzzles to improve your weak areas. For endgame weaknesses, you can study the common endgames which have the rooks and the pawns and try to understand the correct technique behind them. On Lichess, you have this wholesome puzzles section where you can practice by phases, solve positions by specific opening setups, or even train for specific tactics and mating patterns. There are all these options available, but the ultimate thing is to keep playing serious games, take some learnings, be mindful of your weaknesses, and try not to repeat the same mistakes again. Now, if you're looking for a complete chess solution to play, analyze, and improve your game, then this Chessnut Evo is made for you. The Chessnut team were kind enough to send me this product and I've been using it for about a month now. So let's get into the details. Now inside the box, we get this ultra modern AI chessboard with a tablet screen on the side. We get all these beautiful chess pieces with an extra queen. We also have these 2 carry pouches and a charging cable. On the side of the board, you have these 3 buttons. One is to power on and off, and the rest 2 are for volume control. And on the side, you have this charging slot. Once you switch it on, you're presented with this Chessnut Evo app. By the way, this tablet works on Android, so you can scroll down for notifications, connect to Wi-Fi, and even check out the system settings. It's very user-friendly. Now let's get to the chess stuff. The magical thing about the Evo is its piece recognition technology. This means that everything that is on the board is translated on the screen immediately. Just look at this. That's fantastic. Now in terms of playing games, this is an all-in-one chessboard. You can play over the board, you can play online, or even against the computer. Look, if you want to play with your friends over the board, just tap on clock, select a variant, set the time control, and you can start playing a game. As you can see, the timing is automatically monitored, so you don't need a separate chess clock to time your moves. This is a great way to practice because that's how you play in professional tournaments. Another good feature is that you can easily save all your games on this device by simply creating a Chessnut account. And if you are alone and you have no one to play, don't worry, just play against the computer. Go into bot match. From here you can play against Maya, Stockfish, Leela. They have all these engines. Maya is a human-like engine, so let's go with that. Then select a variant. You can play standard, chess 960, or even set up a custom position to start from. Then select your color, select a rating level, set up a time control, and start playing. Now whenever you're playing an online game or against the computer, every move that your opponent makes on the screen immediately lights up on the board.
G7, G6.
This also has an inbuilt speaker that calls out the move. This is a great functionality to have. So just follow along, and this way you can use the advantages of both the physical chessboard and the online features. Talking about online features, if you turn on analysis, you'll see an evaluation graph like this. And if you turn on evaluate, look at what happens. Now whenever you'll pick up a piece, all the squares where that piece can move will light up. Green means that it's a good move, red means that it's a terrible move, and yellow means that it's an average move. This is a great feature for learning, especially when you're struggling to find a good move. So basically, the evaluate function will highlight all the possible squares and help you out. Apart from this, you also have the hint feature, which will suggest you a good move in any position. So that's how you can play against the computer using the bot match option. Now if you go to online match, you can also play online on Lichess, chess.com, ChessKid, and so on. For example, if you open Lichess, it takes you to the Lichess website from where you can sign into your Lichess account and use all its functionality like playing games, playing tournaments, solving puzzles, creating studies, watching chess streams, analyzing your games, and a lot more. When you start playing an online game, you can make your moves directly on the tablet. And if you want, you can also make your moves on this physical chessboard, which are automatically replicated online. So you have both the options. From the record section, you can easily access all your saved games. So you can go back, download a PGN if you want, and review your games anytime. Now, if you like to watch chess videos, another great way for learning is to use your screen to watch your favorite videos, and side by side, you can try out the moves on your chessboard as well. That makes it so much better and much more easier to follow along. Going back, if you tap on the analysis tab, it automatically loads the current position from the board directly onto the tablet. You can even change the position of the pieces and it instantly updates the position on screen. Now this is extremely useful if you want to analyze a particular position using the engine. Just tap on next move and you can learn from the engine. It's a good way to train yourself. Apart from this analysis feature, you also have the option of analyzing your online games through Lichess and chess.com directly from this tablet. That makes the Chessnut Evo a really useful and comprehensive analysis solution. So guys, if you like this Chessnut Evo and you want to buy it, then I'll put a link in the description. Do check it out because we have some amazing discounts for all you Chess Talk viewers. Alright, so it's puzzle time. In this position, it is White's turn and you need to find the best move for White. Share your answers in the comments. Let's see how many of you get this right. Guys, do subscribe to the channel and I shall see you in the next one.